Got a good matchup in store as it'll be the Detroit Lions taking on the Los Angeles Rams. And we are underway from SoFi Stadium. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Stafford going to put it up right away. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That's a pickup of 11 and a first down on their first offensive play. Off of play action. Here's Stafford. That's caught. Puka Nacua. He'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
53. Ready. 50. 10. 10.
Here's Stafford. That one into the hands of Adams downfield. 25 yards that time.
A gain of 25 more yards. That's another Rams first down. First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Back to throw. Stafford. He goes right back to Adams. That's complete. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. Facing a 2nd and 3. Ball on the 10.
At the 10-yard line.
Set. 280. Drill right. 22.
They'll run for the first time here with Kyren Williams. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with 3rd down looming.
Drill right. Set. 20. Get ahead.
They'll try to run for it. Here's Williams. And he's going to take this one in for the Rams touchdown. Kyren Williams, his 12th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Rams are on the board first here this afternoon. Prater for the extra point. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And a returner down to a knee. This will come out to the 35-yard line. Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line.
20. 11. Hey, Shell.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Curl. And the Rams are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
59! And middle.
Now Stafford. It's complete. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 2.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
40 got 40, 280. Zebra.
On 3rd down, here's Williams. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. The Rams at 11 and 2 now. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience.
Under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Aleem McNeil. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to end up with a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. Nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. You talk about this Lions defense. This unit, they're hoping to improve against the pass, because right now, Charles, number 27 in the NFL.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down.
A gain of 13.
It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
Zebra! I got him.
They snap it to Stafford. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but not before it gets into enemy territory. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off for the first down. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. The Rams with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Ready. 59. 180. Drill right. 22. 20 hot.
From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And shedding through the tackle. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and turn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Now Stafford. Going to be taken in here by Nakua. But he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains. Solid catch there for a man who's been so brilliant this year. Worth pointing out, as we were talking about earlier, there has never in the 60-year history of the award been a pass catcher, tight end, or wide receiver that has taken home the MVP trophy.
And the best receivers I've talked with, they know that stat, and it drives them crazy because they understand that without a quarterback, they don't make the plays that they make. They also don't feel like they get enough credit for bailing out some of the throws that quarterbacks make.
Absolutely. It takes 2 to tango. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Now Stafford, he's going to change things up. They go back to the ground with Williams. And all the way down inside the 5-4. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door. This is a very impressive drive, especially when you consider where they started from, and now we set up first and goal.
Yeah, and some nice running right there. That's what got them the first down. But at this point, I suggest open up your playbook. You can call just about what you want.
Blue 60! Hey, 22!
To throw is Stafford. That's out to Hill, right side complete. Touchdown, Rams! Taysom Hill with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Rams have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point good by Prater. And that'll make the score 14-0.
Prater set to
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25.
First and 10.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game? On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Second down, and they go back to Gibbs. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
First down,
I should probably stop a head, boy, because I got all the heads, boy. All that drink, you got to chip. I be on my little mouse drip.
DC! Maverick!
On first and 10, here's Gibbs. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Ram territory. Second and 7.
A 3-yard pickup brings up second and 7.
We go, 76! 5. Ric Flair!
They'll go again with Gibbs. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. In search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. From the 50, it's gone. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Well, let's see how the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11.
120! Hardball!
They go ahead and snap it. Gone. He's going to wind up and air it out. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Detroit.
Touchdown.
Isaac to Slaw. 52 yards. And the Lions take the chance on 4th and goal, and it pays off with 6. That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away.
The Rams take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage. Either run another play or clock it and start over again.
48-yard line.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Stafford. Short throw, it's Higbee. So the completion good for 7 there. And it's 2nd down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Stafford going to change it up here.
Hey, 70!
Now a give up the middle to Williams. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second. As the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
Brandon, you're a big lover of music. How about what you just saw there? This is what I call playing the piano for a defensive lineman. The ability to move laterally up and down the line of scrimmage. How about the way he just flowed and got to the outside part of the field and made that play?
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
250!
Stafford throwing quickly, complete out wide. And he is going to have the Rams first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
That's good.
Well, a timeout called for by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Ready! 260!
Now a throw here out wide. He might be looking to throw this again. Well, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. It's a Rams first down on a pickup of 10.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2.
Check on move. Zebra. Set. Yellow 80. Yellow alert. 22. Light. Hey, 54. Alert.
They'll fake it. Now Stafford. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down.
They made a nice effort to stick it with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the right hash, this from 33. And the kick for the 41-year-old is up and good. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. A 10-point game, 17-7 to score as we get back to it on EA Sports. Taking it about the 1. Dances by him. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
In the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense has thrown at them. Now they want to have a plan of attack against it. So you come out, you're not going to get all the points back on one drive, but get started on it. Start chopping into that lead, and maybe it'll inspire your defense to help out as well.
Goff now to throw. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
At this point in the game, in the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. From the gun, Gibbs will get it. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Here's Goff. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. They'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them in the gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
We got it all out.
Now it's Goff. That's caught. It's Sam Laporta. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that can really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 41.
180.
Out of the gun, Goff. That's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. Out of the gun, they'll give to Gibbs. And he'll be brought down short of the 15. But a really good move on the run. Here now, 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the Rams 16-yard line.
Another run for Gibbs here. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit.
Jahmyr Gibbs. A 16-yard touchdown run. And the Lions have cut it back within a score. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there. Each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. His guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
The Rams take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
Now a first down carry, it's Williams. And he's fortunate to get anything from that, given a yard up to the 49. With just shy of midfield, here's 2nd and 9.
Second and 9 at their 49-yard line.
Stafford now to throw. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. So now Stafford and the Rams, after the sack, they're staring up at a 3rd and long.
White. Hey, 22, 32, 59.
They'll look to throw here. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
10 at the 40-yard line.
Ready. 180. Omaha, ready, move.
Now Williams running left. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 48 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Real right, 32, 22, 53, ready.
Play action. Stafford. Pass complete there to McCoy. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for 2nd down. So another on-target throw in that last one, Charles, going to put him up over 5,000 yards passing out for the season, and that is not an insignificant number.
Indeed it is not, because this is not a big list, and most of the guys on it, Drew Brees, Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, Dan Marino, they either are or will be Hall of Famers.
He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key third down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. Now it's Stafford. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Tyler Higbee. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Rams get an important score there to extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. Prater for the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Matt Prater is set to kick off. The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. They'll let this go deep for St. Brown. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. After the run, Goff going to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
First down.
Here's Goff. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And second down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Now Goff. Going underneath. Gibbs has it. And at the 42-yard line here. Brought down there. The Lions on third down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. He'll try to pick it up himself. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. And the Rams are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. He got outside the pocket there trying to improvise, and he was calling for the ball downfield, but still the interception.
I think what happened, he did call for the ball thinking that he was open, but I think the quarterback spotted him too late. And that margin that he had on the defenders, that got eaten up.
This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, LA. Kevontae Turpin, 58 yards. And the Rams are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this fourth quarter advantage. Extra point good by Prater. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
Set to kick off.
No run back here for Raymond. This will be a touchback.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this, because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
That's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line.
It's a gain of 17 yards.
Goff.
this go deep for St. Brown. And he's got it inside the 10. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 48 yards. And the Lions have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. Well, fourth quarter touchdown there, back to a 2-score game, but time is not their ally.
No, it's not, partner. They still have a pulse, but it's probably a little weak right now. A lot of things have to go right in these final 2 minutes plus for them. I think they have to be thinking onside kick here, and we know how difficult those are to recover.
Goff and that Lions offense staying on the field. They'll try for 2.
Now receiver in motion left. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. And, of course, on the 2-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
So the lead is now dwindled to 9 as the kick here is away. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line.
At their own 10-yard line.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
A gain of 8 there on the play. And it'll be second and a couple.
Omaha, ready, move. Set. Blue 60. Hey, 22.
They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. And he's going to have a Rams first down as he gets this up to the 25. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning.
5-yard line.
Set. 20. Zero. 20.
Now Stafford. And his throw here is going to be incomplete. How good has he been throwing the football, though? And despite that incompletion, that's just the 3rd time he's been off target this entire game.
Brandon, I've been on the other side of this equation, trying to defend a guy who's been this hot, and it chips away at your confidence. And when you're not confident when you're trying to defend, it makes you slower to the football, and it leads to more completions for them.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. 88 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Set. Get away. Zebra.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down. They'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. Off the draw, here's Williams. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts.
It's 3rd and
as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Coming. Double right. Ready. 280. 10.
Now a toss left side. It's Williams. And he is going to have the Rams first down, and that should be the one that finishes this game off.
That's another Rams first down. First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
And he fires one incomplete.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
Omaha, ready, move. Middle.
Now Stafford. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. Well, in all likelihood, this ball game's still over. I mean, even with the interception, 2-score game, they need a miracle.
Curious decision to even throw the ball in that situation, but maybe they saw a stacked line of scrimmage and said, hey, it's better to try and throw than to try and run against it. In any event, I think you're exactly right. Now, the other team can pad their stats, but I don't think they're going to win.
Yeah, but still, don't change the channel just yet. Now 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 19-yard line.
Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Tried to go for the big one there on 2nd down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
On 3rd down, here's Gibbs. And he's going to pick up a first down here as that clock continues to run.
It's a gain of 6. First down, Lions.
And the Rams got it. They bring him down. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. Goff. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
If this offense can't get it done, they'll think back to just a few plays and say to themselves, this was a winnable game and we let it get away. Still a chance to save it, but time's definitely running out.
This definitely 4-down territory at this point, but a critical 3rd down here. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
One last throw here for Goff. St. Brown on the catch. Down the sideline he goes. And finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line. A higher scoring game, Charles, than we typically see in the National Football League, but fun to watch these offenses. They were really clicking. It seemed like everything that they dialed up worked.